Just a second. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
God, look at that. Are you sending that down to me?
You're in the neighbourhood. Maybe I should pop it in an Uber for you, mate.
How's your afternoon, guys?
I was pretty excited with it. I was pretty happy about it, mate. I'm really chuffed with the little burger I made before.
Beautiful.
Double chorizo burger with pepinata, something like that. Pepperata and some paprika aioli. And then, yeah, just all it needs now is a bit of a cocktail.
Bit of a cocktail to go with it. Done. So, do you want me to, shall I just whip one up so we can have it straight off?
I think so, yeah. Or tell us a little bit about yourself, mate. Tell us a bit of, introduce yourself for our audience. Yeah.
So, I'm London Carl. Many years of drinking and obviously working for people to make drinks, and yeah, so now I'm here making some fantastic drinks, Buffalo Trace for everyone. Yeah, so my world is making booze. Well, actually, my world is also making non-alcoholic booze, so I kind of do both. But delicious tipples for everyone to have.
Right. What a job! That sounds like fun.
It's a tough job, you know. What have you woken up and done this morning? Well, I made sangria, like bourbon-infused sangria.
Oh.
Good luck.
Hang on, I've just got to get Keizo. Hang on. There's Keizo Manchego. I've just got to get him down off the fence. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Continue on.
Carl, I've got a confession. I don't have any peaches, mate. I've only got a lemon and an orange.
Lemon and orange would be fine.
What about peach bitters? Will that work?
You got peach bitters? Yeah, put a splash of peach bitters in.
Yeah.
That'd be wicked.
I wanted to make like a big one as well, like a big jug.
Nice. I'm gonna make a single glass. You make a big jug, and then we've got it all cut.
I'll treble whatever you do. I'll treble it in my le creuset.
That extra fancy jug version. Well, you both going? You're both doing jugs.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hang on, 1 second.
He's going to get the biggest jug I've ever seen.
He's going to get the big pot.
I'm going to have a jug as well. The only thing is I've already had one jug, so round one is already gone. So what I'm going to make today is it's called a peach sangree. So everyone knows a sangria, yeah, the Spanish, Spanish drink, and you put the fruit in, but they're actually based off a drink called a sangree, which basically just means sweetened wine. So the idea is you take for whatever, like a glass of wine. So an old school glass of wine was 100 mils. Nowadays it's obviously like 200 mils because we sort of go for it. But so for every 100 mils, you'd almost put in like a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons worth of sugar, and that's what a sangree is. So we're just doing a sweetened wine, but then we're gonna boost it up with Buffalo Trace, and then add some fruit in there to add like that. Just keep a balance on there, make it nice and fresh. So I make mine. I press mine first, and then pour it out because I just find that you get a better flavour. So you want to chop all your fruit first.
Yeah.
So I'm going to chop this quick. I got the worst peaches in the world. Look at that, nailed it.
Chopped peaches, lemons, and oranges in there.
Beautiful. Dump it straight in the bowl.
Does it matter how many?
Joe, so if I'm doing one glass, so I think I'm just going to batch together one glass, and then I'll make a jug for myself afterwards. But if you're going to do like one glass, you're talking half a peach and then a wheel of lemon. So, like that of lemon.
A wheel.
Glass. Half a peach worth. And then the same again of orange. So, nice and chunky as well. Not like one of them, like, the dodgy, when you go to a really dodgy pub and they give you a piece of lemon, it's like the thinnest, floppiest thing in the world. Not like that. And then you want to chop it into quarters. So nice quarters.
Okay.
Fit that in.
Hang on now.
Big bowls, so you just pour the whole lot in.
Hang on, I've got to get. I'm going to make a jug. So, how much peach, how much lemon, and how much orange do I need to put in my jug, mate?
Equal. So equal of everything, and you're going to make a jug. So your jug's what, 2 litre jug. So you're going to go. I don't know. Do like four slices worth. So like a whole peach.
Yeah. I've got a whole lemon and a whole orange. Is that too much?
Nah, it'll be fine.
Yeah. How much peach bitters should I put in?
You want to do peach bitters are really strong, so I reckon you want to go a dash of drink. So right. I would say you're probably going to get 10 drinks out of there. So 10 dashes.
Right.
Okay. I think I've got about right.
Perfect. That's about the same as what I've got.
Okay, cool.
And then you're going to get your sugar. I'm using brown demerara. I don't know what everyone else has got. Caster works. You can kind of use anything.
Brown, plain brown.
You can kind of use any sugar you want. Just so, like this demerara, you'll get a little bit more of a caramel hint on it, which works with the buffalo. The caster, you'll get like more of the fruit flavors.
Right.
So, it's good. So you're going to do 3 teaspoons.
3 teaspoons, okay.
The simple way to work it out, if you can't be bothered to be perfect, is cover the fruit.
Oh, okay, so for the jug, it's going to need more than 3 teaspoons, then, isn't it?
You're doing the jug, so cover the whole fruit, so it looks like you've, not so it's a giant pile, but all the fruit is covered with sugar.
I've just gone for just over a tablespoon, Hills.
Okay.
Are we the worst cocktail makers you've ever come across?
Like, no, definitely.
I've only got that. Like,
I've had a few. I've had a few bad cocktail makers, and they're far worse. Far worse. Perfect, easy. And then if you got like a muddler or something you can squash, you just basically spoon. Perfect. You literally just want to push all the flavors together. Okay.
What in my eye?
So all that juice, and then because of you basically when you're making like a fruit sangria like this, like we did a peach one, it's you're gonna have like some hard pieces of fruit, which is the peach or hardish. That's gonna be nice chew, and then the citrus gives you all of like the floral flavors. So you push that together, and then you're gonna pour your buffalo over the top of that.
All right, so mine's kind of gone sort of a bit liquidy, sort of the sugar seems to have all dissolved with the citrus. It becomes
like a bit of a weird goo, like sort of thing.
Okay.
It stops being pretty. You kind of got to go from you make things that look nice, fresh, and pretty. You then ruin them, and then you try and make them pretty again at the end. Perfect.
Okay.
And then do about 30 mils of buffalo, and you're doing a jug, so I would do 120 mils.
Right.
Okay. I've got one of these things.
4.
4 of them. Okay.
4 of them.
Right.
How did you know that? How do you know what you did?
That's a 25 mil shot.
How do you know these things?
The worst is when you get caught out and you get a shot glass that looks like a 25 mil shot glass, and then so I've got a little Guinness one, and but 25 mils in it is like this big, but you fill it up like because it looks like it's a normal shot glass, and then you end up having like 70 mils, and you suddenly go. Get halfway through the shot and you're like, oh, this is 2 sips.
I've committed.
You've committed. So I put a splash for extra love. So the idea of putting the bourbon is you want to, what fortified wine is, where like port and sherry and stuff like that. Where that's what you're doing. You're just sort of fortifying the ingredients.
Oh, I love a drop of port.
Plus, it helps dissolve the sugar a bit. So the buffalo's like lovely spicy, so you get that lovely spice, and it goes. So I've chosen to do the Sangree with Rioja, sort of to balance out your chorizo burger, which I really wish I had. Look at that. And it's just, so I always felt like, you know, if I'm going with buffalo, which has got like the lovely vanilla note on it, and then like that big spice, then you might as well go with a wine that can like balance that out. So you want something that's heavy. What have you got?
This is Rioja.
Perfect.
Banda Rioja.
Ooh.
I think it's Rioja. I'm probably wrong.
I think the main thing is you wouldn't want to go with something like a Pinot Noir or a Malbec or something like that. So Pinot Noir would be too light, and you'd end up, it would taste watery, which isn't fun. And then like a Malbec would be too sweet, so you'd have to like make sure you reduce the sugar and all sorts. You'd be like, oh, this is too big. So Rioja's got that big spice, and you're like, well, that's great with my buffalo. So you just give that a stir. Try and help the sugar dissolve. Give that a quick whiz around, only for a couple of seconds.
Right. It doesn't look very pretty.
Doesn't?
No.
All right, we'll do it in a second. So basically, when you've done that, chuck a load of ice in that jug.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dump it all in. So I've put mine inside this. Dump the ice in, and then you're going to pour in your wine. You're both making jugs, so you're going to stick a whole bottle in.
Do it.
I'm making a glass, so I'm going to do 100 mils.
Pour the wine next. Pour the wine next. Sorry, how much wine was it? How much wine do I need to add in there now?
I reckon, because you're doing a big jug, I'd do the whole bottle.
The whole bottle? Okay. Yeah. I like your stuff.
We'll do 3/4 of the bottle, and then if you feel like you want to put the last quarter in, you can.
Oh, too late.
So because I'm doing mine, I always do mine in metal, because it means I can make it cold quicker.
Okay.
So I just give it, once you've got the wine in there, you give it a quick stir, and then you're ready.
Awesome. All right.
So that's about 3/4. Quick stir.
Yeah.
And is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
And then you've got to make, like, you know, obviously you've got to do a really elaborate over-the-top fancy garnish, and otherwise it doesn't count as a cocktail.
Okay.
Pour it
You probably want to whack a little bit more ice in there if you've got any, but there you go. Look at that.
I spilt half of it on the floor, and Keizo's changing it, so shaking it. So, oh,
Look at that.
So, nice and simple. And then obviously, because you can make jugs of it, you can then keep it in the fridge and just like drink it for the rest of the day.
All right, hang on. How about I do that?
That's it. You're now a proper bartender.
Cool.
Cheers.
Cheers. We need to get like some neon lights.
Ooh.
Eh? Just like a pink flamingo neon light, and then we're like, here we go, cocktail hour.
Yeah. Cocktails and dreams, mate. Cocktails and dreams.
That's it. What do you think? Like it?
That's surprisingly light. I really like that.
Yeah.
That's good.
You get that bourbon come through at the end, but it's like, this is just a real sipper. Like, I'm proper enjoying this.
Yeah. I can really taste that peach as well. That peach bitters.
It's good, and you get a lot of little spices in there. All the sort of spicy flavors come through.
Yeah,
really.
That's what I was thinking. Like, if you've got, like, you know, especially if you're doing like, is the burger sort of a little bit spicy hint on there as well?
Yeah, it's got like really deep chorizo flavors in it, so it goes quite well with this.
Which would be like this. We like make like means freshen it up, and you can have a second one. Oh, Marvel's just arrived.
Oh, hang on. Here we go.
I'm jealous of your first glass bottle, so I'm just doing this.
Yeah.
How's that? That's the money shot, isn't it?
Voila.
There we go. Ta-da!
Happy days.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Wow. Hang on, I have to do this really carefully, otherwise I'm going to flip things.
Have That'd be a real loss.
We lost the burger one episode. It didn't go down well, did it? He was a bit gutted.
No. Yeah. It was all over Instagram, the burger flip. Wow. That is sensational, mate.
Nice and simple, and like, so you can sort of switch up. You play around with your fruit. You've always got to have at least one citrus,
right?
But then you can play around with your fruit. So imagine like if you're and obviously don't go too soft. So like something like melon will just fall apart, so it's too soft. But like you could put quince, pear, you know, apple. You can sort of play around. So always go with like a medium hard fruit and then a citrus. And then you can either add in an extra citrus, or you could add in something like strawberries, or, you know, play around. But
okay.
I'm thinking a bit of charred pineapple. What about that?
Charred pineapple would be amazing, especially if you get like a little bit of cinnamon on that.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier. About that's an amazing dessert. Charred pineapple, a little bit of cinnamon on it.
Beautiful.
Coconut ice cream. Boom.
But if you get the powdered cinnamon. Then you can be like really over the top fancy bartenders, because what you do is you get pounded cinnamon and then you sprinkle it and then you light it and it all sparkles.
Oh.
Like,
go get some.
You get, you know, when you start becoming a bartender, you get a list of gimmicks that you're like, okay, I need to try and get some extra tips. Sparkling cinnamon, go.
This
no way.
I'll have to do it outside.
All right, so next time Jack's around and he's playing with my fruit, I can light the cinnamon. How's that?
Yeah.
Right. Bit it with your plums.
This is sensational, mate. Thank you very much. This is delicious.
You're very welcome.
Very
welcome. It's always good fun.
Wow. Jack and I, we were talking earlier. We've just been quite amazed that, you know, I mean, I've been a bourbon drinker for many times. It's actually how Barbecue Lads started, was via bourbon. The very first image, you'll see bourbon involved on the feed. If you scroll down through 6,000 pictures, right at the bottom, there's a bottle of a bourbon there. But I've never had it in a cocktail, or never really realised that you could make it into such elegant and nice cocktails. And what you're doing here with this is making just such simple ones that we could easily make at a barbecue and share out. And,
yeah.
You know, I've never realised that, mate.
But jugs, didn't we, Hills?
Bourbon's an interesting one, right? So with bourbon, like whiskies and stuff like that, they or you know, Scotch whiskies and things, the flavour very much like 100% comes from the grain. So what you start with and then how it's distilled and everything like that. Where with bourbon, you have to have corn is the main base, and it, you know, that's the start of the flavour. But the main part of the flavour comes from the barreling. Because with other whiskies, you use old barrels, you use charred, or you use, you know, old sherry casks, things like that. So they add an extra flavour, but they're not new. Whereas bourbon comes from like new oak barrels, and because it's new oak, you end up you get loads of flavour from that barrel. So like over 50% of the flavour comes from the barreling. Which means that when you use bourbon, especially to make cocktails, you get so many more flavors that you can play around with. So it's like it's like one of the best things you can play around with.
That's what we were saying. It's so versatile. I mean, I'm quite new to bourbon myself, and the fact that we've had it like with wine now, we've had it with, you know, like a lemony sort of syrup, and we've had it in coffee cocktails and stuff. Like,
yeah. You should make you do a Buffalo Trace. Espresso martini.
Oh.
Yeah.
We had a good night.
Coming up, buddy. That's coming up.
8 of them one night.
So you may ask, that one's coming up, buddy. That we have a date in line exactly for that one, buddy.
Nice.
Reckon? You in?
Yeah, I'm in.
All right.
Can't go wrong with that.
Gosh. No, you've really enlightened us, mate. Like that, you know.
It's quite easy to work through. I mean, like, you might go through a jug in about 15 minutes. The last episode we done with you, Carl, I've done about 6 of these cocktails in the evening. You know what? Lovely. It was lovely. Good. Very, very nice. Wow. All right. Well, just in case you
you know, you're wandering around the area, Carl, there's a few more.
Oh,
There's a few more burrito patties.
don't tell. I mean, be like walking down the road. Right. Well, I'm glad you like the drink. Hopefully you can have a few more of them now. I'm going to whip up a jug, I think.
Okay.
Make a whole jug of it.
Perfect.
Yeah. All
right, mate. And then, yeah, I think on that note, we'll catch up with you next time in about 2 weeks, and yeah, you can show us some more magic cocktails and more magic that you managed to achieve with this wonderful drink. It's amazing, mate. It's really.
Sounds like anytime you get a flavour that pops in the head that you absolutely love, you can just message me and say, do something with this because I love it, and then I'll be like, I will work out some wicked drinks.
Pineapple.
Wonderful.
Pineapple I've worked with for years. I love it. It's so much fun.
The
amount of chopping boards I've set on fire because I do charred pineapple on a chopping board. Just there with a blowtorch, and I'm like, oh, I've done it again. But all right.
All right, mate. Well,
thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure. Thank you. Have an amazing Saturday. Enjoy all the food.
And I think I'm going to go away and set fire to some cinnamon now. So have a great day.
There you go. Nice. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers, Jack. All right.
See you later.
See you later.
Yeah.